Have you ever wondered what would happen if the camera and clock titan got infected in the Skibidi Multiverse? How would the Alliance be able to handle this big change? What decisions would they have to make differently? And in general, how would it change the entire story? So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. The first Titan that would get the infection would be the camera Titan. He gets ambushed by the Astros, and despite efforts from the Speaker Titan to save him, it turns out to be futile. Now, the Alliance has to protect their base, even though they've just lost a Titan. Plans would be underway to get him back. But before they could even catch their breath, a full fleet of Skibidis appears outside the clock base. Now, it's getting real, so they call on the clock Titan to help them. I guess this is one of the worst mistakes they could have made, because they don't know what the Alliance is truly capable of. The clock Titan enters the battle and is able to help a lot, clearing out the entire base of toilets and mutants. But just when he thinks it's over, he gets ambushed by the infected camera Titan. It was the scientist's plan all along. Although drained from multiple battles, the clock Titan still holds his ground, fighting against the camera Titan. He stops time and tries to hold him in place to remove the parasite. But due to the immense energy used in battle, it's not enough. The time stop doesn't last. The camera Titan breaks free and goes all out on the clock Titan. The battle rages on. But then the scientist and the magnet mutant arrive. They manage to hold the clock Titan in place long enough for the camera Titan to land a fatal blow that destroys his core, switching the clock Titan off. But the parasite flies in and tries to infect him. However, his shell is too strong. Trying to infect him like that would not be successful, so they have to take him to another base for the proper equipment. The infected camera Titan has to carry him out, while the scientist and magnet mutant teleport off the battlefield. This is a huge loss for the Alliance. They have lost 2 Titans to the Skibidis, 1 infected, and they don't even know the condition of the clock Titan. So, they know they have to get them back. They need to form an alliance with more races to get enough manpower. That's where the drill race comes in. But the location of the enemy base is unknown. How would they know where the clock Titan was taken? They have to improvise. They capture toilets and begin interrogating them to squeeze the information out. With a lot of effort and a few time rewinds, they're able to get the location from the captive toilets. Now, they launch a full-fledged attack on that base to get their friends back. But unfortunately, when they arrive, it's already too late. The scientist has already completed the infection, even stealing some of the clock Titan's technology. Now, they have to fight against the infected camera and clock Titans, their own friends. Obviously, they'll have to hold back and try as much as possible to get the parasite out. But despite all their efforts and battles to get the Titans uninfected, it all goes down the drain. The infected Titans are able to hold up against them. The scientist has modified the clock Titan somehow, giving him essential repairs to keep him operational. Now the Titans have to retreat. The battle is not like they expected. If only they had come much earlier, when the clock Titan was not yet infected. But it is what it is. So they retreat from the battlefield, the Titans now injured from the battle. They all go for minor repairs. The priority now is to hold off the infected Titans and try to get them back. They get word that the infected Titans are at a particular base, so they mobilize the full force, the drill and speaker Titans. They move in on the base looking for the Titans, but they have to clear out the base of toilets first. However, it was a trap from the scientist to get the Titans infected again. While the speaker Titan is in battle, a parasite tries to jump on him. Luckily, he's fast enough to spot it and blast it away, but he gets a message to retreat from the battlefield and return to base. So he flies out. When the drill Titan is told to bail out for some reason, he decides to stay and fight it out. Yeah, quite stubborn. The scientist has his prize. The mutants go all in on the drill Titan. He's able to hold his own until the scientist teleports in and uses the stolen clock technology to hold him in place. Now he's happy. He has another Titan on his hands. But before he can do anything, the drill chief ejects from the battlefield and self-destruct is initialized. Before it can hit the drill Titan's body, the clock Titan comes in and destroys the bomb, giving the Skibidis a piece of the drill's technology. Damn! It seems like the Alliance isn't going to survive this one, right? All the odds are stacked against them. But the Alliance knows they have to do something about it. So, the Speaker Titan is taken in for upgrades. And since the TV Titan doesn't have any secret mission anymore, he's chosen to cover for the void. He's now faced with a huge challenge as the Alliance is in a tight spot. Then, they get a tip. The scientist was spotted at a particular location, so they send what they have left the TV Titan. This doesn't seem like a good idea because they'll be left exposed without any Titan and he may be walking into a trap, but they have to gamble. The TV Titan arrives at the base and meets the scientist, just as the tip said, but this time he's not alone. He's with the infected squad and the Drill Titan's body, obviously controlled by a parasite. But we all know the TV Titan. He's not one to back down, so he goes full attack mode on the infected squad. Little did he know they had been modified even more by the scientist. He gets cornered and surrounded, but he's not about to back down. He uses his split-screen abilities, hoping to even things out. The battle rages on with the TV Titan fighting for his life. Meanwhile, at the clock base, there's been an invasion, which was clearly the scientist's plan to take over the base. The agents are fighting hard to hold back the toilets and mutants, but they just keep coming, and Big Ben has been rigged with a bomb. The Alliance is clearly beaten and in trouble. But just as the Skibidis think they've got the edge, there's a massive earthquake that opens a sinkhole. Out comes the upgraded Drill Titan. In a quick attempt, he drills through Big Ben, crushing the bomb before it can detonate, damaging the tower a little, but it should be fine, right? He rages on the SCPs and other poor unsuspecting mutants, crushing them to pieces. At least they have their base back, which is a relief. What they should be worried about is the TV Titan. But before they can even start worrying, the TV Titan teleports in, quite battered up. He managed to escape from the infected squad just because he had a watch on. At least some good news for the Alliance. But back at the Skibidi base, the scientist is furious. His plan has failed. Now he has to re-strategize. But his goons bring a message. A particular woman, Alpha, is at the base. Can he really trust her? Well, an alliance is formed. The plan is to take control of the clock base and start from there to achieve world dominance. Since they already have the majority of the Titans in their arsenal, this should just be a piece of cake, right? So they mobilize the full fleet of the infected squad and storm the clock base. But it's not going to be that easy because both the TV Titan and upgraded Drill Titan are waiting at the base for any threats. Now it's them versus their own friends. They don't want to harm their friends, but at this point, they have no choice but to fight. The battle rages. The upgraded Drill Titan squashes the drill body. By now, the effects of the Clock Titan should have been dampened because the Alliance has put up a large magnet in the base to stop anyone from using clock abilities. So, it should be equal. It helps, but it doesn't stop the infected Titans. They're determined to take over the base. The camera and Clock Titans go all out, but to Alpha, it seems they might need some help. So she summons the Counter Titan. Now that's really unfair. But the Titans have no choice but to hold their ground. They're not going to give in, even if it costs them their lives. They'll protect the clock base. By now, it's taking a toll on them. But the Alliance has a final trump card to end this madness. They bring out the upgraded Rockstar Speaker Titan. The Drill Titan uses his true form transformation, and the TV Titan enters rage mode. Together, they go all in. Now, it seems like things are looking up for the Alliance. But the Counter Titan is the real threat, using their weapons against them and super durable to attacks. For the other Titans, it's taking a toll. Soon, the Camera Titan is defeated, and the TV Titan is able to remove the parasite from his body. The scientist sees that the plan is not going their way. So, he screws Alpha over and teleports out of the battlefield. With this, they're able to hold the Clock Titan in place. And finally, the parasite is removed from him too. As for the Counter Titan, he's JoJo punched to pieces by the upgraded Drill Titan. Alpha is later caught for using the Titans against their friends and other atrocities. She's put to bed. Due to the immense battles, the Titans are injured and need upgrades. The base also needs to be repaired, so they get to work. So basically, the infection of the duo, Clock and Camera Titan, sets off a chain of events that allows the Skibidis enough time to unleash the G-Man apocalypse. Eventually, before that happens, all Titans will have completed their upgrades. From here on, everything continues pretty much like in the original story, with the Titans bullied by G-Man and the Clock Titan tossed around by the Sinister. What a crazy ride. However, check out this video to see what would happen if the Sinister came earlier in the Skibidi Multiverse. Unique Clockman out.